security stories, and we told you that the federal government has ordered the disbandment of the National Task Force on the prohibition of illegal importation of arms, ammunition, light weapons, chemical weapons, and pipeline vandalism. And just to help us have a conversation on this latest development, we have the Chief Executive Officer, Security Watch Africa, Patrick Agbambu. Good to have you join us.
Thank you.
Let me get your thought on this latest development, and then also help us understand the effectiveness so far of Natforce. Do you think, or in your opinion, do you think that the Natforce has been effective? And then what do you make of the federal government's disbandment of Natforce?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I think it's the signs was very obvious because Natforce contradicts, or should I say, duplicates the roles expected to be carried out by the National Center for the Control of Small Arms and Light Weapons, which is being coordinated from the Office of the National Security Advisor, and the National Coordinator has been appointed. And the bill for that center was actually sponsored, was an executive bill from the presidency, and it went through the process, and the office was set up because zonal coordinators have been established, and as we speak right now, they have started work. So it's really a contradiction to this center that is being coordinated and spearheaded from the National Security Advisor's Office. So I think that really is the reason why the disbandment is being suggested by the government. In terms of being effective, they have not been a coordinating system, or let's say office coordinating the illegal arms stoppage of this importation, both importation and the trafficking in them. We know that the various security agencies, the police and some other security agencies have carried out so many operations to recover these arms from different unauthorized persons. Even those who had license were asked to return them all, but there have not been an office to coordinate all these measures. So that is why there is need for the National Center. I think that the effectiveness of Natforce had not been felt, and I agree with the government, the ideas behind setting up a center, but we want to see them work to help to ensure that this menace,
if I may just jump in here quickly, Mr. Agbambu, if I may jump in here quickly, because some of these issues here, especially the prohibition of illegal importation of arms, are a very key concern to the president. And if you remember in UNGA last year, he mentioned and called for concerted efforts to ensure that we nip in the bud the proliferation of light arms. And then one of the biggest problems that we're dealing with today in the country is also pipeline vandalism and illegal importation of oil from our country. So there are those who wonder why, instead of disbanding Natforce, wouldn't have been better for them to be incorporated into the new center of control and put them under the office of the National Security Advisor?
No, I think in the wisdom of the National Security Council, it wouldn't have been wise to incorporate, so to say, those that are already working under Natforce, as it were. I believe that there's need to train personnel, effective training of personnel who will carry out this responsibility, not like Natforce. Natforce was a private individual and a group of persons, and with some NGOs idea that was not coordinated as such. A more pragmatic arrangement is what Nigeria requires if we must check this situation, and that is why I think the new move now is should be welcomed by everybody and should be supported.
But again, let me ask you how this kind of security outfits spring up, because one wonders why you will have someone will come up with a national task force like this without any legalization from the federal government? How do people do things like this without getting clearance first from the federal government? Because it means that anybody can have their own security, any security force like this if they want to. Again, I just want to get your thoughts on it.
Yeah, that's the major problem that we have. I remember that sometimes ago, about 2 years ago, there was this issue about the Peace Corps, which was also started, and the wisdom of the presidency, it was also stopped. And a lot of people try to create job for themselves, and from there make some money. I know that Natforce had carried out several recruitments, which some people were asked to pay money to join and all that. So I don't know why they had allowed it to foster till this date. I know that there's a bill which had even gone up to third reading at the National Assembly for Natforce. But with this pronunciation, I expect that the move or the hearing of that bill should be stopped for now. They had started operation without having any legal backing, and that really it shouldn't be encouraged by any well-meaning Nigeria.
So much for talking to us. We'll continue to monitor this development because we know that the National Assembly, I think it was the Senate, that has passed a bill that sort of legalizes Natforce, but the House of Reps hasn't done that. So we'll monitor and see how it goes. Thank you so much for talking to us, Patrick Agbambu.